Chapter 2, Mighty Reggie. The Wills that the Wills. Reggie was known to have a lot of willpower. From graduating to trophies to going to college and becoming a Kappa. He was strong-willed at what he wanted. He would go for himself most days, just concentrating on self-absorbing self, thinking like, hey, these are the diamond accolades I've achieved. And it kept kind of just like climaxing and building up throughout his lifetime. Of course, he had his trials and tribulations, but he was never dropping downs. Of course, I always felt like he had a time to himself to just focus. He always had a lot of time to focus on a task for the future. And when I say strong-willed, this cat, he made it through certain obstacles like cheating death, as you can see in the first chapter. I mean, it brought him back to like simpler times. Being strong-willed, Reggie, he grew up in Quebec with a big wheel that he rode every morning on the weekends. I mean, it was just funny because it was like having a child nursery book about snow kids from Quebec. He'd ride into the snow, and it was a strange looking snow because it was up to the gates of heaven. But when I say walls of snow, it was like funnel vision, tunnel vision. The kid, just to make a long story short, though, that same nursery, like childhood, growing up in a fairy tale snow castle, because in Quebec they have snow castles. They all have all type of ways of designing snow, like snow stars, stuff like that. But it made him a lot more strong-willed because he thought if God could take something like snow and create like ice cream, I mean, or be a snow castle, it's a lot you could do with like everyday network. Like networks, you get all your eggs in one basket and you distribute it from one market to one market at so many rates. Well, that same Snowcastle, Reggie developed his own marketing plan. He had his own studio where he incorporated like smoking in the studio, stuff like that. Of course, you had your team in the studio. You had to put together an album, get some money, and hit the records to see who had the most sales. It was like a competition so you can make the most sales with an album. And somewhere in there, Reggie had to be like Wonder Bread, because it was like one, yeah, it was like vibranium in a dream. Because he ended up going through like a series of events to build up to being like this high profile cat celebrity. Of course, he'd do R&B shows downtown at Palm Beach on the weekends. Uh, he had his Kappa organization. He had perfect test scores in college. Almost passed the equilibrium test, 44 over 6. That's a B plus in college. It's GPA too. Reggie is strong willed like a rocket to an astronaut to a kid just watching and fulfilling the prophecy of becoming an astronaut. He was very strong willed. Over time, that little boy, his net worth expanded, he grew. He took on good counseling. somewhere in there, he developed skills of being like a life coach, being strong-willed once again. And somewhere in there, he just kept growing his network. It was like an open chapter to you know, just an open chapter of prophecies, of reverence, a classical reverence. Of course, I always had his diploma to fall back on. I mean, it was a good dash, dashing mark. Just say he got this achievement, the 4 seasons. But at the same time, this competition of like want to be in the game, want to be like wonder if the cup was half full, half empty. Reggie, he was the type, he freestyle. He was always giving away freestyle. He never wrote down much. He had quite like this ideology that everything he wanted to write was the light on the other side of a closed door. And it was just a prophecy, a legacy to fulfill when he had kids that he never had to write down much, but just looking at before certain things took place in his life, like having to even write a will or something like that one day. He just knew he didn't write down much about the light at the end of the tunnel on the door. That's another way Reggie was strong with it. He was very vacant. Well, not vacant, but he thought ahead. He had a very strong legacy. I mean, of course, you had the Thunder Duck Boys. That was a college team he rode with. He was in the mascot school of Rockefeller College hopping. All this promoting all type legacies. I mean, as a kid, he was into music, so it kind of just grew from like having this ideology of like hearing music and want to create like this character. But somewhere in there, the character actually developed quite nice. I mean, he'd do an R&B show, and then they started like taking pictures, dancing. Of course, before he actually took the stage, like it was this girl with pretty feet. She ended up dancing on camera. We was praying that we could see. But yeah, I don't mean to veer too far off about being strong with it, but yeah, Reggie, he made a long arm exit, a long big handed exit. He had good driving skills. Somewhere in there, it was all pretty much the next man's Christmas, but he got it done.